Hello, class. Today is Granny's homeschooling lesson. Now, most of the stories I tell you are fun stories, and they're not really for real. They're pretend, but this is real, and this really happened a long, long time ago when I was about 10 years old. So sit down, be good, don't be fussing in your chairs. Your homeschool granny is going to teach you something. Do you know what a rocket ship is? Do you know what it's shaped like? It's really tall and skinny. And a rocket ship, what does it do? Well, it blasts off and it goes into space. Well, when I was about 10 years old, the rocket ship was going to go to the moon. Well, the president of our country, way back then, his name was President Kennedy, he made a goal. He wanted our country to be the first country to step foot on the moon. Well, nobody had ever stepped foot on the moon before, so this was amazing. And what do you think the people who sit inside the rocket ship are called? Do you know? I can hear you. They wear fluffy suits to protect them. They're called astronauts. Well, there were 3 astronauts way back when I was 10 years old. Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Tom Collins. I'm not sure what his name is. Oops. Teachers always mess up some fact. Anyway, these 3 astronauts got into the rocket ship, and the United States of America let them blast off way into the sky, and we all watched it on TV, but our TVs were not colorful like today's TVs. Our TVs were only in black and white. So, a long time later, several days later, the rocket ship landed on the moon. Now, I was not an only child. I did not only have one sister like you guys. I had lots of brothers and sisters. There were 6 of us. And one night, late at night, we all sat together with my mom and my dad, and we watched our black and white TV at night, and we watched the rocket ship land on the moon, and we watched the very first astronaut get out of the rocket ship. I forgot to tell you, do you know the name of that rocket ship? It's called the Apollo 11. Well, the whole world was so excited to see what was going to happen. So this Neil Armstrong, he got out of the rocket ship and he came downstairs and he was going to take his great big astronaut boot and he was going to step for the very first time ever onto the moon. Well, we didn't know what was going to happen. We didn't know if he was going to maybe fall through the moon or whether or not the moon couldn't withstand his weight. We did not know. So we were all anticipating, oh my gosh, what's going to happen here? Sure enough, he walks down the step and he puts his boot onto the moon and he's holding a flag on a pole. And he takes that flag, and of course it's an American flag. And he put that flag into the moon, just like he was putting it into the ground. And it was standing right there. And what do you think he said? He said, and we all could hear it in the whole United States of America, because every single person was watching this. It was so, so important. He said, "One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." Okay, I was there. I was watching it. I was a little girl. It happened in 1969. And now we're in 2020. So that was a long, long time ago. So you need to remember, the rocket ship's name was Apollo 11. The guy who stuck the flag in the moon and said, "One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind," was Neil Armstrong. And say it with me now. What words did he use when he stepped on the moon? One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. The end.